Anyone can tell the example of service?
Bengkel, Pak, jasa keuangan.
Gimana, Rizky? Contohnya apa?
Bengkel, terus jasa keuangan, sama tukang cukur itu juga masuk kan, Pak? Servis.
Yes, ya. Service. Bengkel bahasa Inggrisnya apa ya? Bengkel apa ya? Garage kali ya. Kemudian banking, and then hair salon ya, hair salon. The common variables between each of the example that Rizky mentioned is that mostly all of them doesn't have physical form. Physical form. The place usually in physical form, but the product that they sell is not physical form. When we go to hair salon, what we get is the service of hair related product ya. So, when we go to banking, what we usually do in banking is what we seek in banking company is the service of for example, when we want to deposit our money or we want to seek for financing for our business and etc. Ya. Jadi kalau kita pergi ke bank, yang kita cari itu ya jasanya, mau deposito uang atau misal kita mau cari pinjaman buat hutang gitu ya. Jadi itu. Gitu. While the goods one, ya, goods. Do you have any example for goods? Anyone?
Like cake shop.
What? Sherin?
A cake shop.
Oh, cake shop. Okay. The infamous one, the famous one for right now is Kroffel ya. How to spell it? I don't know how to spell it out, but ya kira-kira kayak gini ya. Kroffel, cake shop jualan roti gitu kan. Ya. Ya, jadi ada wujudnya, tangible. Gitu. Okay, so we already highlighting two important variables in the definition of business. The third one, we can highlight the word attempt. Yeah, attempt. Attempt to earn profit. Yeah. At the end, the goal of the business is to earn profit. Yeah. But it is not guaranteed. The profit is not guaranteed. Yeah. Attempt to earn profit, but the profit isn't guaranteed. Yeah. It is become the job of managers or anyone who in charge with the company, in charge personnel, to ensure that the company or organization able to achieve or earn profit. Yeah. How the strategy, how the company able to achieve profit, it will be breakdown into a lot of things. Yeah, the manager have to able to identify the market needs. Yeah. Also, they have to what is it? To sales quality products. Yeah. They also have to use the appropriate marketing strategy, and etc. And a lot of things that can be done by the managers to attempt to earn profit. Yeah. All of these things will be covered in future meetings, ya. Jadi itu. Yeah. Okay. And the last important variables that can be highlighted from the definition alone is profit itself. Yeah. So even though the purpose of organization when they are doing business is to earn profit, yeah, it doesn't necessarily that those company is profit oriented. Yeah, because we can divide a business organization into two different forms: a profit oriented organization, and the second one is non-profit oriented. Non-profit oriented, actually, the operation that they do is because usually based on social purposes. They have social purposes, usually do funding or crowdfunding, yeah, and then distribute it to anyone in needs. Yeah. For Indonesian case, usually the most famous one is Kitabisa, ya, kitabisa.com. Yeah. But the question is, does non-profit oriented organization doesn't need profit at all? The question is that, apakah perusahaan non-profit itu nggak butuh profit sama sekali?
Butuh.
Butuh?
Butuh, sir.
Untuk
Butuh,
apa?
sir.
Ya.
Buat
Untuk apa?
agar perusahaan tetap bisa berjalan.
Okay. Supaya to be able to operate, still need profit. At least, ya, at least to make company run. Yes, to make the company run. Because we can treat profit into two different things, ya. Yeah. Profit, the purpose of profit, or when the company finally able to earn profit, they can use it into two different things. The first one is for reinvestment purpose. Oke, sebentar ya, wait a minute ya. Ya maaf ya, resiko ngajar di rumah, punya bayi, minta pipis. Ya. Okay, I will continue it. The first purpose, the first use from profit is we can use it for reinvestment purpose. It means that all of the profit that the company get will be reinvested as a capital for the company. Yeah, one of the source of financing. Yeah. In order to company able to operate sustain. Ya. Jadi tujuan dari profit yang pertama adalah untuk reinvestasi. Jadi uang yang diperoleh dari profit itu akan dimasukkan lagi ke perusahaan supaya perusahaan itu bisa jalan gitu. While the second purpose of profit is to increase the wealth of the owner. Increase the wealth meningkatkan kesejahteraan dari owner. Ya, oke. When we understand that profit have two purposes, now we can put in perspective that the non-profit organization usually use profit only as reinvestment activity. They don't seek the increase of wealth of the owner. While the profit-oriented organization not only use profit as reinvestment purpose, but also the owner of the organization seek the increasement of the wealth. Gitu. Ya. Jadi perbedaannya kayak gitu. Kalau non-profit oriented tuh ya profit itu cuma digunakan buat operasional aja. Tapi kalau profit oriented organization use profit to one of the source of financing, ya, jadi reinvestment ini sebagai salah satu sumber pendanaan dan juga digunakan untuk meningkatkan kesejahteraan si pemilik. Gitu. Salah satu perbedaannya kayak gitu ya. Itu profit. And the next question is, where does the profit comes from? Ya, dari mana profit itu datang? Where does the profit comes from?
Investor.
The investor?
And consumer?
Consumer in what? Can you elaborate it?
Dari penjualan.
Selling product.
Pinjaman uang
Selling product.
dari bank.
From sell product ya yang ini ya. Gitu.
Product and good.
Ya.
And service.
Sell good and service. So profit can be derived from revenue.
Revenue.
And subtracted with expense.
Expense.
Then we finally got
Profit.
Profit.
In economical term, usually we put it into formula P sama dengan PR min TC. Profit is equals to total revenue subtracted with total cost. Yeah. Okay. What is revenue? Revenue is a condition when company selling product. For example, we got the number of the revenue of company is 100 million. Where does the 100 million comes from?
Selling product.
Selling product.
Selling product. Can you elaborate it? Can we break down the selling product? The word selling product, the statement, can we break down it? Bisa dipecah lagi nggak? Maksudnya selling product itu gimana? If we put it into a mathematical formula, where does it come from, the 100 million? Dari mana datangnya?
Jumlah barang dikali
harga.
Quantity of products sold, ya, dikali multiplied with the price of
product.
Ya. Jadi the revenue comes from the quantity of the product sold, the quantity of the product that the company can sold, and multiplied by the price of the product. Later on, we will discuss on, for example, we have product with price 10,000 rupiah. We will discuss it later on. Where does the 10,000 rupiah comes from? Why we sell it at price 10,000 rupiah? Why not 15,000 rupiah? Ya, jadi nanti akan didiskusikan lebih lanjut. Salah satu pricing strategi itu bagaimana? Kayak gitu ya. And speaking of revenue, ya, when the company able to sell their product, Yeah. It means that the condition product and market fit is achieved. Jadi ada sebuah kondisi, there is a condition that called as product market fit. It's condition when product meets the right market. The right product meets the right market. And when the product meets the right market, eventually the product can be sold. Yeah. For example, let's say that I'm a salesperson for a luxury brand. Yeah, for example, maybe Rolex. Yeah. You know Rolex, the Rolex watch?
Yeah.
The expensive one. And I'm the salesperson of the Rolex watch. My target is my company give me a proposal to sell the watch. Yeah. That is, and then I bring Rolex to, or I offer it to you, the student of Universitas Negeri Semarang, the first year student of Universitas Negeri Semarang. Is it? Am I going to able to sell it to you?
No, sir.
Oh.
No, because the market does not right.
Yes.
Then the product market fit is not achieved. Yeah. Yeah. So eventually, from the marketer's mindset, any products can be sold, yeah, as long they meet the right market. Ya, semua produk itu bisa dijual selama dia ketemu market yang tepat. Ya. Right, revenue. Kemudian expense, ya. Expense adalah cost to run the business. Cost to run the business. Okay. I need a moment. Wait a minute. I'm sorry for the interruption. Ya. Diminta makein baju sama anak bayi. Problematika. Ya, I'll continue ya. Jadi expense is the cost of running the business. Ya. The cost itself can be breakdown into two different costs. Ya. The cost of production, cost of production, and cost of operational. Yeah. The cost of production comes from the activity that the organization do when they manufacturing the product. Usually the cost production is related to manufacture company. For example, this tumbler, yeah. This tumbler comes from manufacturer company. It started as a raw material, and then the production activity start, and finally, as a finished product, comes this tumbler. Yeah. For each of the tumbler that produce, for each of this tumbler produced, they will have a production cost. Ya. Jadi untuk setiap satu tumbler yang terproduksi dibuat itu akan muncul satu biaya produksi, namanya cost of production. While cost of operational comes from misal marketing, marketing budget ya, marketing budget. Kemudian salary, ya, and then maybe cost of training and development, ya, and etc. Anything that non-production activity. Ya, jadi cost of operational itu munculnya dari semua biaya selain biaya produksi. Ibaratnya yang ada di kantor. Sedangkan cost of production itu yang ada di gudang gitu lah. Ibaratnya kayak gitu sederhananya. Ya. Itu ya. Jadi itu. Oke, jadi itu that's all that we are going to discuss. So it comes from it originally starts with this statement. For the whole of the semester in the introduction to business class, we will going deeply, regarding any important factors that we already discussed earlier. We will going more deeply regarding it. So basically, we will discuss a lot about business activities for the whole semester. Yeah. Okay, is there any questions?
Pak.
Ya, silakan.
Kalau trading itu termasuknya bisnis apa ya, Pak?
Gimana, Navia?
Kalau trading itu masuknya bisnis apa ya, Pak? Bisnis
Trading?
Iya. Service atau apa?
Ya, trading, stock trading ya, what you mean ya?
Iya.
Ya. Oke. The difference between product and services can be derived from many factors. The first one is tangibility, what I said, tangibility. And then the storability, the other one. Yeah, the tangible is regarding whether it is or not, or not. While the storability is the ability to be stored. To be stored. To be stored artinya apa? Disimpan. Ya. Disimpan. When we, for example, when we use the Gojek application, the main product of Gojek, GoRide, what is the main product of it? What we will get when we use GoRide?
Service.
Service. The service that we will get is the ability to transport us from one point to another point, kan? Misal kita GoRide, kan? Ya. When we finally finish to receive the service, at that point the service is ending. Kalau kita udah diantar, servisnya udah selesai, kita udah sampai tujuan, ya udah produknya selesai, gitu kan? Kan nggak bisa beda dengan tumbler ini. Tumbler ini. When we buy the tumbler, the buying activity, when the trading activity is finished, we still have the product. Yeah, we can bring it. Yeah, we can put it anywhere. We can store it. Ya, sedangkan kalau service nggak bisa di store, nggak bisa disimpan. Kalau udah selesai ya selesai gitu. Ya. Nah, back on Navia question. nggak apa-apa ya, menguap ya. Saya juga kadang-kadang ngantuk. We are after all we are all human ya, jadi wajar. Ya. When we buy stock, is it tangible? Ya. For now, ya, stock itself originally tangible. Because when at the earlier time of stock trading, when we buy stock, we will get a certificate. Yeah, certificate. Yeah, certificate. But now when we buy stock, we don't use certificate anymore, but we use electronic. Electronic. Almost like banking industry. But the difference between the stock trading and banking industry, when we buy stock, we buy the product of stock. Ya. Kita beli produknya, kita dapat barangnya, dan barangnya, stoknya bisa kita store, ya. Bisa kita simpan. Ya, bisa kita simpan. Jadi, regarding the question of whether stock trading is product, goods of service or service, jadi ini salah ya. Ini goods of or service. Ya. Stock is more close to goods. Ya. Even though there are nowadays the difference between goods and services is quite thin. For example, ya. Jadi perbedaan antara barang dan jasa sekarang itu tipis. For example, restoran, produk, goods or services.
Dua-duanya.
Dua-duanya. Gimana bisa dua-duanya? Why both of them?
Restoran kan ngejual makanan, terus mereka juga ngelayanin pelanggan.
The restaurant, the main product of restaurant is sells the food.
The food.
Yeah, sells the food. It is obviously a goods. Yeah. When we didn't finish the foods, we can tell the waitress, please put it in a bag and I will bring it home. Jadi storability-nya ada dan the tangibility-nya. Ya kan? Tapi terus servisnya di mana?
Pelayanan restorannya.
Ya. Di pelayanan restoran bahasa Inggrisnya apa ya? Ini pusing ya kadang-kadang.
Apa ya?
Di hospitality. Nah, di hospitality. Bahasa Inggrisnya ini adalah bahasa Indonesia keramah tamahan ya. Ramah tamah. Jadi di hospitality usually more related to hotel industry ya. Ya, itu industry or any services company biasanya the hospitality is the most important factor. Ya. The hospitality when we serve for example, when we go to the restaurant and we know that the food that they sell is tasty and good, but when you finally order, you have to wait for like 1 hour. Yeah, does that will affect your impression regarding this restaurant? Yeah, I guess so. It will affected your impression regarding this restaurant.
Yes.
You will write it in the apps review. The food is good, but the service is too long. Biasanya kan kayak gitu.
Yes.
Yeah. So even though restaurant is mostly or the mainly sells the food, but they cannot ignore. Yeah. They can ignore the quality of the service. Ya. Kayak gitu. Ya. Next, when we go to hair salon, ya. The main product is service kan, di haircut service kan. service of haircut, or maybe glue, ya, atau apapun itu ya. But usually at the corner of the hair salon we can find any goods, for example vitamin, hair. Nih. Ya. Jadi akhirnya nowadays the company, the difference between good and services is, ya, as already said earlier, is quite thin, sangat tipis gitu. Karena semuanya itu interconnection between the company cannot just focus on the goods and ignore the services. Ya, nggak bisa dibiarkan saja. Karena kepuasan di apa namanya, kepuasan
Satisfying.
thank you ya, the satisfaction of consumers itu holistic. Holistic means that it not only related to one factor. I mean, I can say that the food is good, but I cannot, when the service is bad, the whole impression of those restaurant will also become bad. Ya. Jadi the way of customer put a value to products is very, sangat luas, sangat holistik. Ya, thank you Navia for the excellent question. Is there any more question? Okay, if not, I guess that's all for our first meeting. So I hope you have an image what we will discuss until the end of this semester. For the next semester, for the next meeting, you, as I said earlier, you can discuss internally with Mansur regarding the schedule of our classes, whether it is still in 7 in the morning and 3 in the morning for Mansur, or you will adjust it. Yeah. Just tell me later. And for the next meeting, we're still going to use Zoom. We will spend about 45 until 60 minutes. Yeah, I will use about 45 until 50 minutes to throw you the materials, to lead you regarding the materials, and maybe once in a while I will put a topic, a random topic regarding business, and I will need you to discuss it in class. Yeah. For example, I have these topics. First, jadi sekali-sekali, once in a while, saya akan ngasih suatu topik untuk didiskusikan setelah saya menjelaskan materi. Ya, contoh topiknya, the example of the topics. Example. First mover advantage. Ya. Important or not. Nah, kayak gini, ini topiknya. First mover advantage is important or not. Jadi first mover advantage is condition when a certain company do some innovation, and then the other company follow it. Ya. Contohnya, when we talk about apa ya, misalnya, ada yang punya contoh nggak first mover advantage? Perusahaan yang pertama kali melakukan kopi ya, franchise, coffee franchise. If you familiar with it, coffee franchise in Indonesia. Who do you think started it in Indonesia, the coffee franchise that we already that we can see now? So many of it.
Starbucks.
Starbucks is Starbucks franchise the more familiar one. Before we get Kopi Kenangan, before there is Janji Jiwa.
Janji Jiwa.
Aqua.
Regal. Siapa ya?
Apa? Kopi. The first
Kulo.
one, Kopi Kulo. One of the first coffee franchise operation in Indonesia that started beyond before Kopi Kenangan or Kopi Janji Jiwa or Kopi, what is it? Ya, kopi macam-macam lagi ya yang namanya mirip-mirip kayak gitu ya. Kopi Kulo it started first. I remember. Ya. Even it goes beyond Java Island. It spread its franchise to the Kalimantan or Sumatera or maybe even Sulawesi. Ya. Ya. First mover advantage. Nah, if we look for this from this example alone, yeah, what is your opinion regarding this statement? First mover advantage, important or not? Nah, that is one of the example of topics that I will randomly throw at you at the next meetings. Yeah, jadi so we are not only focused on the introduction to business from the textbooks perspective, but we also try to gain any knowledge regarding business from the real world example. Yeah, the discussion will, I expect it will take only 15 minutes lah ya. 15 minutes. Jadi for each of the meeting we will spend about 1 hour. Ya, 1 hour, nggak usah lama-lama. It won't take too long for this introduction to business class. Ya. It also applied to Pak Ferry ya. So when the Pak Ferry take over the class, he will also do this kind of activity regarding this class. Okay. Before I end the class, is there any more question? Once again, I will upload this recorded materials in Elena, even though I started late to record it, yeah, but we still get the most of the discussion, yeah. And you can rewatch it later, or if you when you rewatch the video, yeah, and suddenly you got a question, you can ask your question in our group. Yeah. So the discussion is not finished when our class finishes. As long as the WhatsApp group exists, you can ask me any question related to the materials. Ya. Jadi kalau kelasnya habis ya bukan berarti kelas kita selesai gitu. Kita lanjut lagi minggu depan enggak. Tapi ya intinya selama grup WhatsApp-nya masih ada, ya udah itu waktu kita untuk diskusi. Gitu ya. Okay, if for you is enough. Mansur, are you still awake? You're still muted, Mansur?